Welcome to my dive into the Stickler Saboteur and how, if you're not consciously aware of it, this saboteur can dim your creative sparkle. So this saboteur often goes by the name of perfectionist, and that word can often be used as a bit of a negative, like, oh, you're such a perfectionist, meaning you're being a bit nitpicky or you're being a bit of a pedant. And that leads me into an interesting point about all the saboteurs, actually, in that underneath all saboteur behaviour is a super strength. But it is a strength that has just tipped over a little bit too far. So in the case of the Stickler Saboteur and striving for perfection and having a good eye for detail, those are the strengths. And there are some situations where you absolutely want those, like when you're proofreading your script and you want to pick up any spelling or grammar mistakes or inconsistencies in your storyline. But when we tip over into having a Stickler Saboteur, it's when we use that perfectionist mentality in situations that don't actually need it. So, for example, if you're an actor and you're in rehearsals for a play and you're putting lots of pressure on yourself to, remember all your lines perfectly and deliver a perfect performance. But in actual fact, it's only day one of a 3-week rehearsal. Or you're working on the first draft of your screenplay or song or poem, and you write the first line and then you delete it because it's not good enough. And then you write it again and you spend ages agonising over the perfect word and you're getting frustrated with yourself. And what you're doing there is strangling your creativity because you're putting these incredibly high expectations and standards on yourself when at this stage, your creative self just wants to come out and play and have some fun and let ideas flow. But that part of you is constantly meeting resistance from this critical perfectionist saboteur. So that is your Stickler. It has relentlessly high standards all the time. It's critical. It can't relax. And that makes it really hard for that wonderful, creative, playful part of you to come out and play because she's always being told, oh, well, that's not good enough. You can do better than that. And also it makes it hard for other creatives to work with you when you're in that state. So what is the alternative? Well, it's about knowing when a situation requires your perfectionist attention to detail side and when a situation requires that freedom, playful, messy making, not caring about the results side of you. It wants to play, it wants to innovate. It might even want to get things wrong. And your Stickler is going to hate this one. That side of you might even want to look a little bit silly. Now, does any of this sound remotely familiar to you? If so, then you may have a Stickler Saboteur. But as is the case with all of the saboteurs, once you become consciously aware of it and how it is negatively impacting you and your creativity, it's completely possible to minimise it. So that is an introduction to the Stickler Saboteur. If you want to learn more about other saboteurs and how you can turn the volume down on them and turn the volume up on your creativity, then please follow me or check out my other saboteur videos.